Hey, peace and blessings. It's your brother Sorry back with yet another one. Um, Peace to the true and living, peace to the gods, man, peace to the elder gods, peace to the young gods. You know what I mean? And all gods in between. And just a message to the all gods in between. You feel me? Um, from from what I understand, you know, the younger generation, and it's just me. I'm not, the authority on everything, whatever catch may be, just my personal thoughts on it. The young guys are the future. You see what I'm saying? So, everybody, we're not supposed to try to be like them. We're supposed to pour into them. We're supposed to imprint them with the greatness and make them better. You see what I'm saying? We're supposed to, I don't know, as best we can. We all human. We all gonna have our, this and that or whatever case may be. But as best we can on some level to set some kind of example for them. So that's a thing. Um, the elders, you see what I'm saying? That's the shoulders we standing on. You see what I'm saying? These are the people who already broke barriers and already kind of did their thing or whatever case may be, and we subsisting off of a lot of the work that they already did. A lot of stuff I talk about, what I'm saying? I'm constantly quoting authors and individuals who kind of did it before I did it, and I can't really say it much better than they said it, and there's no real need to really you know rework that. You see what I'm saying? All I need to do is just build on to it, or just go a little bit further, keep walking that path or whatever. Now, the people in between, you see what I'm saying? Okay, it's not for us to try to be like the younger generation. Whatever they got going on, it ain't really for us to try to be them. You see what I'm saying? It's for us to bridge. We're close enough to them to be able to communicate and speak their language and understand their language. So when a young person say something, oh, I understand what he mean when he say that. The old person may have a whole nother mentality. They come from a whole nother different era, and it's a gap in between the understanding between the old and the young. Sometimes our purpose. Sometimes it take 4 or 5 people to understand one person. You see what I'm saying? He got to be translated through multiple individuals or whatever case may be. So, um, the middle generation or what have you, you see what I'm saying? That's for us to translate the traditions of the older. You see what I'm saying? That's for us to translate the traditions of the elders and everything like that and put it in a form where the younger generation can understand it. It's not for us to try to be like them. You see what I'm saying? We've been them. You see what I'm saying? And we know the good, the bad, and the ugly from being them. You see what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. We're all human, and we're gonna all have our vices and our little things that we do or whatever case may be. I'm not asking nobody to be a freaking saint overnight or whatever case may be. That is what it is. But at the end of the day, some kind of positive example to the young people, because this thing just gonna keep spiraling out of control and getting worse and worse and worse. Um, I was really going to speak on a whole nother different topic, other than this, but while we here, um, yeah, you know, I know a lot of people talking about the whole little thing, um, Barack, talking about, you know, having a gay friend and all that, or having a gay role model, a mentor, and everything like that. You know, and it's just, I don't have the hugest platform in the world by no stretch of the imagination, but just having any manner of platform, it'd kind of be irresponsible not to speak on that. Um, I know it's a lot of stuff going on, talk about like toxic masculinity and all this and that, whatever. Um, okay, I didn't come from this particular generation, so I'm a little bit older school than a lot of the cats out here now, whatever case may be. Toxic masculinity or whatever case may be. As far as my experience of being a man, um, to sum it up in a sentence, find a way or make a way. You know what I'm saying? That's what manhood boils down to. All the things where you ain't nobody, if you ain't got 6 figures, you ain't got, bro, you gonna be up some days and you gonna be down some days. Some days you gonna feel like you ain't just a member of the underdogs. You gonna feel like you the president. I know I felt like the president so many days. So you know what I'm saying? It's not, you ain't always gonna be up. Sometimes, even astrologically speaking, everybody's purpose ain't to come in on this planet and make a million gajillion dollars. You feel me? Some people's purpose on this planet may be to do something different. It may be to help some people. It may be to set up something. You see what I'm saying? Men create ideas and stuff like that. It ain't all about the money and stuff like that. Men created the money. You did what I'm saying? We created the money. It ain't about the money and stuff like that. That's what got us into it. That's what got us into this capitalism and stuff like that. Everybody being for sale. You see what I'm saying? Can you dig it? Everybody being for sale. There's nothing wrong with making money and being prosperous and stuff. You have to have money, but it's a balance in that. We always talk about balancing what we're talking about or whatever case may be. Now back to this thing with having you know a gay mentor. Um that's the equivalent, like how we talked about in the 48 Laws of Power. We talking about holes in the energy in True Master Volume 2, Self to Others. That's like leaving a hole in the energy and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? I think that that's irresponsible, with all due respect. You see what I'm saying? That's very irresponsible to tell somebody to have with everything going on in this world, to have a gay friend or a gay mentor, an older gay man in the presence of your younger child. That's ridiculous. You see what I'm saying? If anything, you want the strongest men who have the most to offer, or whatever case may be, the most principles. You see what I'm saying? Um, to offer. And I know people gonna say how you know because he gay, he don't have certain principles or whatever case. But that's not even the point that I'm making, or whatever case may be. Because okay, this whole gender war thing. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna just, I guess we just talking at it. This whole gender war thing, man. Um, men versus women and all this thing like that, or whatever case may be, all of that stuff. This is engineered, man. This goes with the depopulation agenda, man. This is obvious. This is a dead giveaway. Like this is okay. The whole thing that they took time and energy to engineer every possible way to decrease the population. You can't see it. You see what I'm saying? So even this gender war thing, ladies and gentlemen, this is an iteration of depopulation. Can you dig that? You see what I'm saying? Um, you see what I'm saying? The whether you feel like it's the women fault, the men fault, whatever it is, or whatever case may be, um, I put it to you like this. You hear me? Um, my mama a black woman. You see what I'm saying? So I love black women. The first time I ever heard a man say the black woman is God, that was a black man that said that. Noble Drew Ali, I think he said we must uplift fallen humanity. You see what I'm saying? Fallen humanity was that he's talking about the black woman. You see what I'm saying? So I say all that to say that um, men don't hate women, and I really don't think deep down I think a lot of women may have had bad experiences with men, but I mean you have sons. How you hate men? You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. As far as the whole gender war, this whole agenda of depopulation. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what that is, and that's funny, man. I really don't. I don't know. I really don't have too many words in regards to that. I have my own opinions about certain things or whatever the case may be, you know. But I think that was irresponsible of the brother Barris Toro, formerly known as Barack. And that's an interesting name to fall from heaven like lightning. That's an interesting thing to change your name to, sir. But anyway, um, but anyway, um, um, I think that's irresponsible to say that. You see what I'm saying? Um, I think that men got to get out here and build a world. That's what men do. You see what I'm saying? Men go and hunt and go bring it back. You see what I'm saying? That's what men do. So like how we talked about on the 48 Laws of Power, um, independence is a luxury that comes from a lack of pressure. You see what I'm saying? So whenever there is a phase or a period of time of prosperity in a society or whatever case may be, it affords you a level of independence, whether that be the women, whether that be whoever or whatever case may be. But once conditions get to a certain point or whatever case may be, you don't have the luxury of that level of independence. So men, so it's inevitable that time is cyclical, right? Time is cyclical, and you either have delayed consequences or immediate consequences, right? So in a situation where you have delayed consequences, it creates a bubble. You see what I'm saying? A buffer zone. So things can exist that would not normally exist, right? So that buffer is a temporary thing. So when society goes back to the place where it's harsher, you see what I'm saying? However that looks, when society goes back to the place where it's harsher, men and women are gonna have to come together again. That's just how it goes. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all I got for that. Um, I was gonna speak on a whole nother different topic, but I guess that's kind of what came out. But that, that, don't get don't get your kid no gay role model. And nothing against people who living in that particular lifestyle or whatever case may be, but I think that that's just irresponsible to say. If that's how the chips fall, that's how the chips fall. But I don't think that that's to to go and look for that. That's irresponsible to tell somebody, man. And there's another grown man. I can't. I gotta. That's just me speaking on that as a grown man. Peace and blessings, man.